Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, right to bear arms. Is this a good idea? The debate over the right to bear arms continues to gain momentum as communities grapple with rising insecurity, banditry, and the failure of traditional security structure. Supporters argue that allowing responsible citizens to carry firearms will serve as a powerful deterrent against criminal attacks and give people the means to protect themselves when the state cannot. However, opponents warn that a widespread access to weapons could fuel violence, escalate conflict, and fall into the wrong hands, making communities even more dangerous. Now, the question remains, in a country struggling with kidnappings, terrorism, and armed robbery, is the right to bear arms necessary step towards self-defense, or a risky path that could intensify chaos? In response, the Senate has stepped in on the 26th and 27th November 2025. That's the upper chamber, passed a motion urging the federal government to review the firearm laws. The Senate said it should allow responsible citizens to own guns for self-defense. Some senators also point out that attackers, including mass kidnapping, raids on worship centers and schools, have become prevalent, that many communities no longer feel safe. They believe the current firearm regulation is outdated and no longer suitable for today's scale of insecurity. So some senators have even declared it is time for Nigeria to allow us to carry firearms. Now let's take a look at what the Senate have said.
Distinguished Senator Brother Hunsley.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I think it is an hour of truth now. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We will tell Mr. President the truth so that we are not going to be consumed all. The questions are so many, but few will be asked. This within Nigeria, what of their captors, particularly the hostages? They are here in Nigeria. Then we are now talking of technology. Which technology? As a nation, we have a nation with full military power. That's what we call Nigeria, which all of us belong to. Then some tortured, wretched boys are now holding us to ransom. And we are saying, our former president is here now. We nearly impeached the president. But this president has spent a lot of his time and fund on this military. But the same military refuses to yield, to even perform. And is now we are now owing a lot to our people. The military architecture, I retired at an equivalent of a lieutenant general in the service. The military, that is the soldiers, that's the army, the navy, and the air force. They don't take any other apart from the commander-in-chief or anybody that is representing them of higher caliber. That is a general the command structure of what is happening today. The minister is not a soldier, a retired general. The minister of state, all of them are businessmen. The NSA is a retired policeman. And do you know what the soldiers call us? There's a soldier here retired. More gun than them. They call us bloody civilians. They don't regard us. And that is what is affecting us on ground there now. The CEC needs to look at its military architectural design around him and do the needful. If not, we will continue to waste money, because they will not take order from any other person other than their own general. We are in the almost in military rule, and we are at war. He should stand as the real. He's a commander-in-chief because he listens and is spending on them. That is what can really solve the problem. Today, almost 120-something countries have already legalized carrying arms by sane and respectable people. I think it is time for Nigeria to allow us to be carrying arms. If not, these boys, you see them, you will just be free, because there are not too many. It is time for us to stand and make a law that it is criminal for the negotiator, because the negotiators are even eating deep into what is happening today. Where is the bank where they normally withdraw such huge of money to settle them, including the banks, including the negotiator and the kidnappers? They are all criminals, and they should face death penalty. I submit, sir.
Distinguished Senator Asuko Ekpeyo.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving the opportunity to Cross River South to contribute to this very extremely important motion. My name is Asuko Ekpeyo, Senator representing Cross River South. Mr. President, before I go into the substantive part of this motion, I would like to state here, for the avoidance of doubt and for clarity, that from what I have gathered in this chamber today, what I have canvassed from all senators here, this Senate is one and is one-sided on this issue of insecurity. All 109 members of this Senate are on the same side, irrespective of tribe, religion, ethnicity, party, state of origin. And this Senate is committed to resolving this insecurity that has plagued this nation for over a decade. Mr. President, on to the substantive matter, the motion from Senator Ashiru. He mentioned various things during his motion, but three things stood out. One was when he selected or pointed out the local vigilante to commend them. Distinguished colleagues, security enforcement is most partly about intelligence gathering. Gathering of intelligence, analysis of intelligence, and disseminating this very intelligence. The local vigilantes are the grassroots. They live amongst the people, they dwell amongst the people. They live in rural areas and in forest communities, hunters, etc., farmers. We must find a way to integrate these local vigilantes into our security operations for communication and for effective networking. Number two, Your Excellency and distinguished colleagues, this has been addressed, but I feel it is extremely important and cannot be addressed enough. We as a Senate must identify and communicate to the people that elected us to be their voice. That part of the report that states that military personnel were withdrawn from that school in Kebbi, we must identify who gave the command and why, and that must be made public to the Nigerian people. Finally, and also as important, just like the last speaker mentioned, there is need, as Senator Ashiru alluded to review the Nigerian firearm law. We must get back to our people who elected us to represent them and find out their feelings on this. Distinguished colleagues, every man deserves the right to protect and defend his life.
Well, you've watched that, and as you join this conversation, the question I would like to throw to you is, do you think we Nigerians are ready, responsible enough for this firearms to be granted, the law to be revisited, for us to be able to carry firearms to protect ourselves? Do you think if this law passes, the terrorists will be able to operate again boldly when knowing fully well that maybe the person they're about to abduct has a firearm. Well, do well to join this conversation, but please avoid any delay. Stay away from your TV set as you talk to us. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Fatima. Fatima and
Dawat, clear, alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Fatima.
Thank you.
So, go ahead, what's your contribution?
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Trust TV. This is Fatima Yakujima calling from Maiduguri.
Thank you for joining.
Honestly speaking, we are in the same page with Senator Ifeanyi, because to allow everybody to bear firearms, it will not be a solution to this matter, but rather it will as good as adding fuel to the burning fire. Because we see the way even our forces who have been trained and they have laws surrounding them, sometimes the way they are abusing firearms. So to me, honestly speaking, it's not ideal, it's not a good idea to allow everybody to hold firearms. But as I say, I am with that senator who says that we should engage the local vigilantes, the hunters and the youth in the town. We should organize them to be like the one that we have here in Maiduguri, a civilian JTF, where they will be surrounding and they will be patronizing the whole area under strict supervisions of some military personnel and police alike. So I think by the time we become committed, so the local people, the settlers, also have a role to play. What their role is, whenever they see a stranger test, they should quickly report. Because we now our environment has become so often, whereby even a stranger come, we do not use to challenge, and we don't know the attitude of that stranger. We don't know from where he's come from. But we are not saying if you see a stranger you attack him. No, call people in authority, call the security personnel. Let him interrogate him. What was he here for, and for what purpose? So I think by doing that, things will be and also quick responding. We don't know where and how this order was been holding, and the order was been delayed. And you see, a criminal will come and executing his crime. At the process, you allow the security personnel, but they will be delayed. They do not receive order. We don't know from where this order is coming from and why this order was be delayed. So that's how this thing become rampant. Because you see, whenever thing is gathering, you see criminals are gathering. So when you report to them, they will not react quickly. They will be saying no order. We don't know where this order is coming from. We don't know who is responsible for giving that order. Instead of them to act quickly, they will be delayed up to when the damage was have done. So we should put politics aside. Now is a time for action. We should put politics aside, because this thing we have been seeing is like a play. He started here in Maiduguri. Now he have been separate all over Nigeria. We should be very careful, please. We should be very careful. We should value our life and the life of our brothers and sisters. We should do all what is reasonable and necessary to contribute our own quota to end this menace. May Allah keep the security of Nigeria intact. May Allah restore our security path. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Fatima. I mean, he said what a lot of people may have in mind to, talk about when it comes to the firearms, because the question is, are we responsible? Are we ready to even carry firearms? Because there's going to be the fear of misuse in terms of arguments, domestic violence, you know, any sort of fight, the conflict that may just crop up. One can just bring out the gun and just shoot the person that they're arguing or fighting with. So it's not something that, you know, should be given granted easily. I mean, we see similar situation happening in the UK, in the United States and other countries. I mean, even in the home, you just see a wife shoot her husband or the husband shoots. That's because there's license.
I have many things to say
yes,
about
let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Please,
hello, good
we
morning.
can hear our voice. You're waiting to hear before you speak with us. Do well to call us again. I thought it was Mr. Ade that was on the line.
Yeah, so called and another
good
call
morning.
just got. Okay, we have another
hello,
call.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Sonny from Benin.
Sunday from Enugu.
Benin.
From Benin.
From Benin. Okay. Go ahead. What's your contribution?
Thank you very much. I listened to the throwback from the National Assembly. And I think that is something that we have to take very serious. I also think that the National Assembly have not done enough. I think their choice of word is what I have problem with. The word, we need to tell ourselves the truth. Are they saying that they are not be telling themselves the truth all this while? I think it's a wrong choice of word. We need to tell ourselves the truth. Is it because they are thinking that it will affect them? You cannot say, let's tell ourselves the truth. Because every one of the National Assembly member, the senator, about over 109 senators, they swore an oath to do good to all manner of person, irrespective of tribe, religion, and ethnicity. So if several persons have died, several people have been captured, and now you are saying that let us tell ourselves the truth, are they saying that they have been deceiving Nigerians? Because they are representing all the country. Because all of us can go to the National Assembly. So I think it's the wrong choice of word. Number two, they were going to pass a bill that anybody that paid a ransom will be held, will be persecuted. Now, if somebody is kidnapped and they are held hostage and the ransom are not paid and the person not died, they didn't consider that aspect of putting the bill that the federal government will be held responsible, or if ransom is paid, that they will refund the money. They didn't put that because they don't want people to take advantage of that. I think they truly need to sit down. They need to know that they have the power, because their power is separated from the executive. They don't just make law, they also need to do the oversight function. And when they make law, they also need to find out whether the laws they make are being carried out or not carried out. And say they are accomplices in this matter. Then I need to look at another aspect. The military. I don't want to say the military are not doing enough. Yesterday I traveled from around 7 a.m. to back around 8 in the night yesterday. I know what the military are going through. I traveled from Benin yesterday to Edo North. I saw the military. They are going through a lot. You see them, they just sit down inside that hot sun, inside rain. And you see them wear one uniform again and again without giving them a new one. You look at the environment, they're not well taken care of. Do you think that such people will have enough zest to want to work for the country? When one of the presidents of America said to the people when he was making the inaugural speech, he said, don't think about what your country will do for you. Think about what you do for your country. Have you read what the country has done for its citizens? If you want, they have invested so much in their citizens. Now they are asking the city to give back to their nation. That's why you see they say God bless America, because they are willing to die for their country. We have the Igbos, we have the South people, we have the Southern people, we have the Northern people who are in the military in America. Go and find out from them how they are taking care of them. One of our brothers from the East just graduated from the military a few years ago. The first thank you they gave it for going to that process was $17,000. Do we have that here? Help the citizens, encourage them that when they die, their families will be taken care of. So I think that it's not enough to set up their arms. Even in America, there are some people that do not bear arms because they have to look at the psychological aspect of it before they can even allow them bear arms. So I think that the issue is not about bearing arms, it's about helping our militaries, supporting them, encouraging them, all the architecture of the Nigerian forces, so that at the end of the day, the information is coming. Then lastly, they also need to be sure that they don't have more inside the military, inside the police, who are giving feedback to the people. If somebody is kidnapped, you kidnap over 25 people. Where did they carry them to? Did they vanish? It is possible that the individuals are also accomplices in this matter. So they need to look at when they give information. Do we have more inside us that are helping the terrorists to work better? Because once they carry out and they succeeded, what they do? How do they run with their arms? There must be people who are helping them. So all these things need to be looked into. And at least if we cannot agree for everybody to carry arms, let's look at society persons can bear arms. Because once they know that everybody is very armed, they don't know who is very armed, I'm sure that will also help us. So say it's not now. Police is not now. Vigilante is not now. When will it be? It is now we need to take action. But at least when you are approving other people, you need to know and call the terms and conditions. In America, don't just take people, but they don't just clip every day. I said that something trigger it. So I think that the information and discussion we're having this morning is very apt, is very important. But we also need to look at the psychological aspect of applying or producing or accepting or appointing or allowing anybody to carry arms in Nigeria. If we do that, that will make Nigeria better for us. Good morning. God bless Trust TV.
Thank you very much for that.
I mean, he was very angry, which is understandable. Okay. But at the same time, you know, when it comes to owning guns, will gun ownership empower communities or vigilantes? And that's the even question that is running in my head. Is it going to empower young people? How will you even know who is in the right space of mind to even handle a gun? Do we even have the equipment? Do we even have the facilities, what it needs to train people to even hold guns?
It's a two-way thing, but we have another caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Maryam. Good morning, Fatima.
Good morning, Mr. Ade. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. And I wish you a happy weekend.
Thank you very much.
To you.
Thank you for calling.
Go ahead. What's your contribution?
Yeah, I want to pick something from the last caller, which means care. You see, any position you put people, you must care for them. That's very, very important because it will motivate them to sacrifice. You see, I've not set my eyes on army physically in UK now for over maybe 25 years because they are restricted to where they are. If they are out, they will wear ordinary clothes. The police, we see police all the time, and they are well taken care of. And police in this country, you dress up when you get to the police station. You won't dress up from your house. So when they get to when they close, they change their clothes to civilian and they go out. You know, so they are well taken care of because anything you give to people, you must take care of them. That's number one. Number two, with the situation of Nigeria now, people are hungry. The situation of some people their mental health is not okay. And people have anger issue. When somebody is poor and seeing some other people, you know, in affluence, you know, the anger, he can even hit his children or beat his wife because that poverty is affecting his mental health. And such people now, you want to entrust a gun to them, they will just be killing everybody. Some people can't control their temper. That is why you don't entrust such people to a sensitive position. You see, because when you can't control your temper, it's dangerous. And a gun is something that when you cock it and you release the bullet, the person is gone. Mm-hmm. So I think they should have a state police. I'm in support of state police, and they can equip them and pay them very well. Pay them good salary and good allowance. And so they know that, and give them insurance, life insurance. They know that if anything happens, their children will be covered. Their wife will be covered. And you'll not be sending their wife out from their quarters within 1 year. So all these are medical free. All these things, they are very important. Because you can't give somebody a gun and he's hungry. And he will be angry at the same time. You see? Then number three, I'm in support of giving people who are very, very responsible. If they apply for gun, for protection, you can give them. You know, I agree with that one. But for you to be in that position, you must be someone that at least minimum of 50 to 100 people You are paying them salaries. So you are responsible. So you are reducing poverty in the country. You understand? So I'm in support of that. Or for people in diaspora, you are investing at home, and you know that anybody that sees you will know that this guy is not living in Nigeria for one reason or the other. And if they apply for that gun, they should allow them to keep it. Somebody like me, I'm not interested in having any gun. God is my protector. In my hotel in Akura, I have 35 staff there. Every Christmas, I give them bag of rice and chicken. They are happy because they will take care of their family as well. You understand? So, but I won't, because of that, say I want to apply for. No, God protects me. Even though I do apply for, I do have 2 policemen anytime I come to Nigeria. I do have that. But what I'm saying is that, and once they give me policemen, what I do first, I interview them. Are you married? How is your children? Everything. So I will know where to help them first, even before they start the job. I'll make them happy because of their mental health. So once they are happy, I know I'm protected. So they will be doing the job joyfully. So government should take care of whoever is in charge, either the state police or the Amateku or the whatever people in your state that, you know, all these vigilantes. Give them good salary and let them have, their children have access to school, and that is the best thing to do. You understand me? So let's be praying for our country. We'll get there one day, and God will protect Nigeria. God will protect everybody. But remember, once you step out of your house, people outside you are saying they might be well dressed, their mental health might be not okay. So they might be suffering from anger issue and temper. And the way some people talk, you know, this one, they can't put him in a position of trust because they don't have that wisdom and that cool temper to operate it. So, but like I said, we'll get there one day. God bless Nigeria. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fatima, like I was saying, there are arguments for legalizing civilian firearms, and there are arguments against it. You know, one of the arguments that is for legalizing is the major one, that is self-defense, you know, giving citizens the right to defend themselves, because obviously the government are still, you know, slow in tackling insecurity. And there's also deterrence. You know, advocates suggest that if criminals know their potential victims might be armed with fire, you mentioned it earlier, if they know that these people they're about to abduct might have firearms with them or guns with them, you know, they are going to, you know, hold back. Yeah, most likely. And it's just like giving communities a fighting chance. But in a country, then again, in a country that has porous borders, you know, there will be proliferation of firearms at this point. Already we have strict laws when it comes to owning guns, but do you know that there are still illicit market that sells guns? So what if there is, you know, they have given us the opportunity to own guns? And aside that, in a country that we are facing lots of religious and tribal tensions, lots of anger issues, like most like Nigerians are angry, like Adi just mentioned.
You don't know their mental state. More than
60 people of Nigerians are not okay. We see people fighting all the time in the street.
And bringing out
just
knives.
Imagine if they have guns.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
People hide knives, people hide machetes, just fight, and they bring out knife and trying to kill or trying to, you know, dismantle the fellow person they are fighting with. So definitely.
It just burnt, like, it's in a nutshell, this comes back to one thing: the government. They should still down and like
look for a better,
look for another alternative. Talk about this, deliberate about this, because it's a sole responsibility for the government to take care of its citizens. Just make sure the citizens are secured, not the citizens to take care of themselves by themselves. It's not done in any way.
Well, you're right, because at what point will people even differentiate when using the firearms, you know, for protection, for example? And then how will you even know people will not use it for jungle justice if they're already burning people with tires? And
I mean, you just mentioned family tensions in a country that a man kills his mother over 500 naira a day.
Yeah.
What will you think will happen?
Definitely. Well, there's a lot to actually, unpack when it comes to this. We are going to see more deliberations from the chambers, the three arms. We are waiting to see what will unfold at the end. This is something that, is not just going to be observed in one sitting. It's something that should be continuous, a conversation that will bring out or yield something fruitful at the end of the day. But definitely at this point, with the kind of tension, with the kind of insecurity that we are going through, bearing firearms or giving citizens the right to own part of weapons at this point is not the way out.
It needs already deliberations, lots
people
of sittings, and not
already
something
people,
you can just pass.
One can just kill the out of argument. You carry stone, kill someone. You carry a lot of things that people can even use. Gun is even easy. You just pull.
Somebody in
you won't even talk.
Jokingly, he said, he thinks he's going to open a mortuary business at this point once they legalize guns to Nigerians.
Now, when you said he's going to open, it just came to mind. Are they going to allow guns in churches, mosques, and other worship centers for people? If they're going to say, okay, everyone should carry firearms, or the older ones, will they be able to use? At what point?
Let me give you an example.
The younger ones, at what age? What are the age limit that should even be granted? No, I know, but other states it's not same. But then definitely, these are things that should be considered because we are over 200 million Nigerians, so we can't say everyone should. Well, let's take some of the WhatsApp messages before we go, and if they're ready, we can start taking. And this is coming from Shelu Emmanuel Chooks from Taraba State. He said, "Good morning. Guns are like a hammer. You can use it to build a house. Remember, you can also use it to smash somebody's skull. Unknown personal possession of firearm is not the solution. We have the force men out there. They should be well equipped. We feel the pain of what is happening. Allowing such to happen, people will misbehave using these guns. Everyone have the right to leave, but firearms is never the way out." This is, like I said, from Shelu from Taraba State. Thank you so much for your message. In the face of the insecurity in the country, citizens should be allowed to bear arms. It may stem the tide of insecurity in the country. Thanks. Well, we forgot to put your name, but then thank you for the message. And the next message?
The next message is coming from Adamu Muhammad Usman. His roots from Kafing, Hausa, Jigawa State. He says, "Good morning, everyone. A right to bear arms, is this a good deal? I said capital, triple, no, no, no. Nigerians are different, special, extraordinary, and exceptional human beings on earth. You can't imagine the extra miles they can say or do on so many things. Possessing arms by Nigerians to defend ourselves can be misused and be used on so many purposes to hurt or be killing one another for personal issues, even on argument. Please let the three arms of government, the executive most especially, to do the needful to reduce or halt this menace of insecurity which were caused by poverty, unemployment, poor moral attitude, and absence of sympathetic consciousness. May Allah continue to help, protect, and guide us right."
All right,
like I said,
quickly
from Adamu.
Yeah, so quickly, let me take a look at this last message. This is coming from Muhammad Bello, writes from Misau, local government of Bauchi State. He said, "Allowing citizens to bear arms in a country where laws are weak, tensions are high, and security systems are unreliable is a dangerous idea. If developed nations like the US are still struggling with the consequences, Nigeria, already battling insecurity, will face even worse outcomes. The path to safety lies in strengthening institutions, not turning every citizen into an armed combatant."
We have many messages.
Many messages, actually, and we cannot take all of them. Yes, sadly, we can't take all of them, but trust me, we see your messages and they keep coming in. I wish we can take it. Thank you, Ellie. Your message just came in now, and then other people, that we may not be able to read their message. Well, thank you, all of you, for your message. Also, Galton Ilya, thank you. I'm just checking to see the names that I can be able to call.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all your messages. We really appreciate the calls, the messages. Well, do join us again for another, a segment of the discussion. Let's go on a quick break and we'll return. We'll take a look at the human capital development.